Welcome to another episode of Ask Coach V. Hello, everyone. So excited to be here with the great Coach Ivon. Hello, Coach Ivon Martin.
Hey, Coach, and hey, everybody. Welcome to another powerful episode of Ask Coach V. You guys are in for a treat. We got some great questions for you today, and I know Coach V is going to bring some great value. And so, for those of you guys that are joining us for the first time, this is the series where we do exactly what the title says. We ask Coach V. Okay, you guys know Coach V is a top master coach, seasoned veteran agent, and her and I opened our coaching business together years ago, and we've been helping agents all over the country to grow their businesses. So we have tons of contact with what agents are going through, challenges they're facing, and how they're overcoming those challenges. And so in this series, I go out and I find questions, challenges, things that agents are going through, and I bring them here and do like the title says. I ask Coach V, what do you think? What would you do? So, Coach, I got some great questions for you today. Are you ready for it?
I'm so ready, so excited for all of you. As you know, as we answer some of your questions, we bring you clarity, we bring you strategies, we bring you a big mindset, a better mindset, so we can help you to build your business because that's what we're here for, right, Coach? We want you to succeed in real estate this week, this month, this year, forever, because we are on your team. So I'm ready, Coach. Let's go.
Exactly. You guys don't got to bang your head against the wall for these answers. Coach V and I'll give them to you. So let's jump to our first one. This is a great one. I really like this one. So I'll go ahead and read it. Just I found this on a Facebook group. Some agent was asking. I actually didn't go and see what the other agents were answering. I have to go back after because I'm always curious. So here is the question. What's a nice way of telling a client we can't see anything outside of their price range? I'm sure a lot of you guys have been in this scenario before. I know Coach V has. So here we have a buyer agent. And in this scenario, they have buyers that they're helping, that they're showing homes, and they want to see homes that are more expensive or outside of their budget. Coach, how do you tell them no? How do you stop yourself from wasting time? How do you keep the relationship good and tell them no?
It's such a great question. I'm so glad you brought that up because I went through this a lot, Coach. And again, knowledge is power and it gives you a lot of wealth. So just remember, first of all, shift the mindset that it's not about me not wasting time. It's about them because this strategy of seeing homes that don't fit their price range, the budget, will not serve them and it's going to create the wrong emotions, the wrong disappointments,
That's
and
a good point. That's a good point,
so
right?
shift your mindset, guys. Everything you do, if you put yourself in their position and how you can benefit for them, it makes you already empowered, and you don't have to worry about how they're gonna understand because you have them in the first position. You put in the spotlight on them, not on you, right, Coach?
Exactly. And I think it already makes the telling them easier because it's a lot easier to tell them, hey, here's all the reasons why this is bad for you and why we shouldn't do it, than, hey, I need to go to them because it's bad for me and try to justify it, right? Already
Exactly.
you're coming from a better place where it's easier to bring it up. So in this case, okay, we know we start with the mindset shift, right? It's not about saving my time, it's about making it a better experience for them. Now, how do we convey that to them?
Sure. Okay. First of all, let me give you a powerful strategy, and the tactics they'll follow. A powerful strategy is let them understand with an emotional picture. Remember, if you tell people what to do, they don't care. Go over their head, ding, 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 because you go this way, go out this way. People don't do what we tell them to do. People do what they want to do. So we got to influence them, lead them. So we got to give them an emotional picture. So how do we do that? Selling them on the reason why it doesn't make sense. Why it's not a good strategy for them to be looking at homes that don't fit their price range. So let me explain to you.
And,
So
and
when the
coach, even
client,
before you do, I just want to say, guys, pay attention because that is such a huge point of selling during the relationship of, from start to finish with your buyers and sellers. That's something you guys should be doing for everything,
all the
right?
time.
Always paint the emotional picture, always frame whatever you're asking them and what's in it for them and why they want to do it. And I promise it'll be so much easier. So sorry, I just wanted to make sure I really pointed that out because guys, that is something you should be doing for everything you ask your clients to do.
Oh, yeah, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Actually, yesterday, Coach, I have to say just one quick thing. Yesterday, I asked a veteran over 10 years in the business, what is selling? She goes, oh, shit, I should know that. What is selling? No, no, no. I said, it's okay, darling. I put you on the spot. But, so I just want to remind you, I want you to write down your notes and share this with everyone, because this is huge. If someone doesn't know if they're new in sales, selling is not selling. Talent is not selling. People don't do what we tell them. Just go over. Selling is asking great questions, helping them to understand what they are, what they want, and we can close the gap and help them to get what they want. It's asking great questions. So we asking great questions, we have to influence. We have to also tell a story, give an example, analogy. Otherwise, they don't see it. Most people have no clarity. So let's imagine a lot of time happened. Hey, Vanda, here's my client. Vanda, I know, I told you my budget's about $1 million. I told you that. Now, I saw that home over here for 1.2, 1.3. You know what? I really would like to see that home because it seems so nice, right? It seems so nice. So it looks so nice. Or they send you an email. Can I see this home? Can I see this home? And because you're good, you are actually, excuse me, I take it back. Because you are excellent, better than good. Because you are excellent, you did do your bias presentation. You went over one of the points of our bias presentation, or proven bias presentation, what it says. Let's go over your budget and financing. So you went over all the questions. So you know the budget, the area that they're comfortable, and the lender said about $1 million. So you know that if they're sending you the 1.2, 1.3, $1.1 million, you're not going to serve them. So just remember, right? Sales 101, repeat, acknowledge. Of course, Joanna, I understand. Seems like a nice home, right? I see the picture here. Looks like a great home. Now, Jonah, can I tell you why looking at homes that don't fit your budget, that doesn't match your pre-approval, is not a good strategy for you? Can I share with you why it's not a good strategy? Because I don't want to, you have strategy that are not good and it's going to make you feel bad. She's
So
going
you
to,
guys see the setup, right? You repeat and acknowledge that they want to see it, and now you share your concern. You transition into showing them, why they shouldn't do this. And now you can go through the reasons. We don't just say,
exactly.
"Hey, we can't do that because of XYZ," right? We have to take them through the process. And we also don't just say right away, "No." We get to the no as we explain, right?
Yeah.
We have to let them know and get them on board. So, coach, what are some of the points, some of the reasons
Oh,
that you use when you're
beautiful.
talking?
That's what I'm gonna say. By the way, on that question, she said we can show you anything. Guys, nothing is fatal. Anything, never, Maybe they do need to go to a high expensive home. Who knows? If they have a little flexibility in the budget, maybe they're willing to pay
Right.
$200,000
Or
more.
maybe they say, "Hey, I know that it's outside of my budget, but I want to do my kitchen the same way and blah blah blah." And
Yeah, yeah,
maybe it's not an hour-long drive. There's always exceptions, right?
exactly.
But we
So
definitely
here
don't
it
want to
is.
make a habit of showing homes that they can't buy.
Yeah. So let's go back to the conversation
Yeah,
with the
what are
buyer.
some of those points that you can give of
Some of
why
the
it's a bad
points. So,
strategy?
so this will happen, Joanna. When you go see the house, the house is the reason it's more expensive. Probably 100% of the time, the location would be even more desirable because remember, real estate location, location, location. So it's a higher end location. Now, also the benefits. You see, the house is worth what the buyer is willing to pay and the seller is willing to take, but also depends on location, improvement, and benefits. So let's imagine you're looking at homes right now, $1 million, your budget, you're comfortable. You look at 1.2 million. Now, instead of a regular oven, then maybe have a Viking oven. Maybe the house has way more upgraded, maybe have $100,000 yard. So you start seeing those homes. And now you're gonna see what you can afford, or maybe you can afford more, but you don't want to. Maybe what is in your budget. You know what's gonna happen to you, my darling? You're gonna be deflated, disappointed, and feeling down. So the reality is looking at homes above your price range of your loan or what you're willing to pay as a budget is just going to it's just going to take away your joy, your energy. Is going to make you disappointed, deflated, because first of all, it's not what you want in the budget. It's not what match your approval, your loan, or your money. It's not a good strategy. So don't look at homes more expensive. Actually, I tell you what, especially depends where you are, guys. Depends where you are. Like California, if you are in the Bay Area, usually people price the homes low to create activity because the listing price is just an invitation. Doesn't mean it's even a good price. It's just an invitation. So most people in the Bay Area, especially in the Silicon Valley, they underprice the home to create a lot of activity, the auction feeling. So people overprice. So if you have a $1 million price range for a condo and the house is selling 100,000 more, 200,000 more, my gosh, even showing $1 million, you actually is your limit because now you have no room to negotiate. Does it make
Exactly,
sense,
right? So
Portugal?
that's a great way to do it, right, guys? So you tell them that they're going to feel deflated. They're going to start feel comparing to what they can do in
Uh,
their budget, and they're going to feel worse about it. It's a waste of time, energy. And guys, if they're stuck on it, another good strategy, remember Coach V talked about emotional picture and telling stories. Another good strategy is to compare it. Make an analogy with something they'd understand. We use doctor a lot because it's easy. Everyone gets it. If they have something specific in their profession that you can use that. It'll resonate even more. But you can use that comparison of, look, if I was a doctor in this scenario and, you needed this treatment, but you really wanted to try this one, I would be, not doing my job if I let you do the thing that's not right for you. So let's do the right thing.
yeah,
Let's go back and let's see the homes that work. Guys, use that type of analogy, use that type of connection and
yeah.
help them understand that it's not about you saying no. It's about you doing the best thing for them.
Exactly, coach. And I'll pick back on that. You use analogy, but you know what really works here good, and I did all the time, is a story, and I say, that makes sense, Joanna. Now, Joanna, you might still thinking, but I want to see it, but I really want to see that. And you know what? You can go ahead and see an open house, but I gotta tell you, I don't want to happen to you or happen to Joe. Oh my gosh.
And then you tell the
Look,
horror
and here
story.
does Joe. Joe said I have to do it, and he started looking out the homes about the price. So he felt deflated down. Do you do anything when you feel down, deflated? You don't want to even move, but you gotta move because you want to do this. So don't let it happen to what happened to you, because then you're not gonna be able to negotiate well, and you're always gonna feel like you are in a horrible position. I don't believe that's the best thing to do. Let's go ahead and do the right thing. Let's
There you
look at the
go.
homes that fits your budget, that fits your needs right now. Guess what? 8 years from now, your house is going to be your equity, or 5 years from now, we can upgrade it again. Does this sounds like a good plan for you? Can we move ahead and start looking at homes on your price range?
So there you go, guys. There's your answer. The short answer is we don't just tell them no.
Never.
We sell them on understanding why they shouldn't do it so that they don't want to do it anymore.
Bingo.
And guys, of course, if they really want to see the home and there's an exception, use your best judgment, think about it. And also, like Coach V did in her example, she said, look, at the end of the day, if you want to go see it at open house, you can, but you still want to dissuade them from it. So make that shift. It's not about telling them, no, I won't do it. It's about showing them why they shouldn't do it, influencing them so they do the right strategy.
Can I add one thing, coach? Because when you're doing your buyer's presentation, when you go over the budget and they say $1 million is my number, or 900,000, or whatever it is, $3 million. When they say $1 million, you ask a little deeper question. Ask this, hey, John, let me ask you a question. By any chance, if the house is really amazing, it fits almost everything you want. I just want to know, I want to know the leverage that you are, your bottom line. Are you willing to go more by any chance? And then if you say no, you say, okay, great. I just want to know that, because in reality, coach, let me tell you this very quickly. I had a situation real happened to me. I was actually in Lake Tahoe on my weekend vacation once a month, and this detective, very great, powerful detective in the county that I was helping him to buy a home, he called me. He said, Vanda, I just drove this beautiful home in the water that you have with your sign on. How come you didn't tell me about this home? I said, Danny, this home is 150,000 more than the price range you told me. So I send you the homes and your price range. We're looking at homes, but it was 150,000 more than you said you were comfortable with. He goes, oh, I want to see it. Oh, I want to see it. Let me see it. Guess what? I went to show him the home. He loved it. He bought my own listing
You
for
made it work.
$50,000 more. He found a way with his dad, whatever it is. Right now, doesn't matter. He found a way to buy. So my point is, I always ask the
Yeah.
deeper
And
question.
coach, on the other side, right? Also make sure, hey, they're pre-approved for 1 million. Make sure they know what that monthly looks like because they might not
Exactly.
be actually comfortable paying that. So good. I think we crushed this question. You guys know
Woohoo!
it. It's not about telling them no. It's about showing them why they don't need to do it and getting them on your team. Let's go to our next question. This one is a good one. I think a lot of people can connect with, and I know it's something that you will be able to speak passionately about. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and read it. This one I found posted in a different group, posted anonymously, I think because the person was stressing a little bit. So let's go ahead and read what they wrote. So they said, I've been selling real estate for 9 years. I've been burnt out before, but I'm so burnt out right now. I'm not
Oh,
sure if real estate is still for me. I sell more than enough to support my family's needs, but I'm considering downgrading my career for mental health. However, I'm open to other suggestions to help with this burnout. I don't really want to give up my income, but I also know I'm going crazy. Please help
Oh,
me. Okay,
Jesus.
so guys, I think you can relate. Everyone's felt overwhelmed before. Here we have an agent that's doing okay, right? They're paying the bills, but they're feeling overwhelmed. They're feeling like they're going crazy. It's making them want to quit. Coach,
Yeah.
what would you say to this agent?
First of all, I have so many things I can talk for a whole hour on
Yeah.
this. So just I want to say, first of all, I send you my love, my prayers, my energy. And when I hear this, my coach alarm goes off 1,000 volts. Because you see, darling, in her case, she's not even tired, exhausted. No, in her case,
Yeah, in their case, hers, I don't know.
yeah, and some people are tired, exhausted, deflated, feeling old, right? Feeling old, deflated. In her case, she's going crazy, overwhelmed, upset, frustrated. It's even a stronger emotion like resentment, anger, right? It's a strong emotion. So right away, when someone comes like this, I ask, darling, when the last time you had a day off? I like a really day off. Disconnected from social media. You gave all your bias to someone to look. You didn't look at your emails. Give it to a VA or an assistant to look. One day off. And next question number two, when is the last time you had a vacation? You see, the poor performers or the low performers or the people that are going out there going crazy, they don't understand one thing that the high performer, the superstar understand. The high performer, superstar, like someone like me who sold a lot of homes and had a life, I understand that rest, recuperation, and rejoice is as important as high level of work. Because if I go down, everything goes down. If I don't have energy, I make mistake. I never forgot one of my clients, Adam, he came to me just about crying. He said, Coach, you're not going to believe that. I just lost a listing for $2 million with one of my greatest friends. I said, what happened? He said, I knew it. I heard your voice on my head 2 days before. Take a day off. Take a day off. I was so tired, so exhausted, and I just went to the listing presentation, and I went and I missed a lot. So when I lost, I asked them, you know what they said? We didn't hear you asking us questions. We didn't feel heard. We felt like you went through the motions fast. We felt like you took us for granted. And then so he lost a $2 million list. And then I had another client who got a lawsuit because she was so tired, exhausted. She didn't even read the addendum well. She didn't clean the addendum well, and she sent it out, and the deal closed, and she was made a big mistake. So this is mistake you can make from being exhausted. Now, how about not having the energy to even work, not even feeling good to work? So right away, you need a day off, and you need to set a vacation. And then if you are desperate like this, it means you are out of control. So let's look at your schedule. What time are you taking care of what time is self-care and self-love? If you don't have a time that you take a break, that you go in silence, if you don't have a time because you give and give, see, Coach Yvonne, what many Asians think that, oh, is the grinding. Remember we talk about this all the time? Is sometimes it's because of lack of understanding. It's not only because they love the grinding mentality or the grinding psychology. Sometimes they don't understand that this is not sustainable and it's not real. Oh, I have to work 24 hours. I have to answer the text at 9 o'clock at night. I have, real estate agent has to work 24/7, 3 months. Guys, I was burning out myself. 3 months without a day off. My niece came to me one day and started laughing, looking at me. She was living with me. I had kids that came to Brazil, live with me for time for like a
Came from
exchange
Brazil, right?
student. Came from Brazil. Michelle, look at me, start laughing. I said, what? She goes, Tia, Aunt Vanda, I've been living with you 2 months, 2.5 months now. First time I see you with jeans. Or 3 months. Guys, don't do what I did. I almost killed myself.
So, coach,
In three
so
months
right
day
away
off,
we know if you're feeling burnt out, it sounds simple, but it's the truth. You need to take some time. You need to
day
take
off,
days off. You need to schedule
vacation.
vacation. You need to take back control of your schedule so that you know when you're on, when you're off, what you're doing throughout the day. And I want to say this. Look, guys, don't take this the wrong way. Don't get mad at me. I don't want angry comments and emails, but I'll say this, okay?
Get ready.
I I I was in the military. I've done a lot of different jobs. I've done a lot of really hard jobs, and I'll say this. Real estate as a job itself, that is not that hard, right? You're not like doing backbreaking labor, you're not doing all these things, but where it gets hard is the psychological pressure that you end up putting on yourself, especially as an entrepreneur, because your paycheck isn't guaranteed, right? You don't have this safety blanket of your paycheck's gonna come. I just got to go to the work and dig the hole. Yeah, it sucks, but I'm not worried about what's gonna happen, or whatever it is. So a lot of this like terrible. Oh, real estate's so hard and the pressure. A lot of this comes from within. It's the agents putting that on themselves because they are the ones that are deciding to give away all their time, give away all of their, commitments. They are, even though they're giving away all their time and energy and they're doing all this stuff, they're also not even doing it effectively, doing it well, so that now the money is not what they want it to do. It's not reflective of the amount of work and energy they're putting in, and they find themselves in these scenarios. So I'll say this, if you're feeling that way in this job, I would think less about the external factors. It's not because the buyers are crazy.
So
It's not
true.
because the market. It's not because of this. It's because of the way that you're approaching this job and letting it take over your life and take over, your mentality. Because you're not getting shot at, you're not breaking your back in the sun, you're not doing that stuff. So any stress, any psychological stuff, that's coming from within. And that's
Exactly.
tough. That's tough because it's hard to deal with, but it's also good because you have control over it.
Exactly, coach. You're right on the money. Is that the second part I was going to go through, and you just hit the jackpot right here. Because number one is you need to rest. That means you need to sleep because sleep is recuperation. Sleep is more than rest. Sleep is rejuvenation. It's when your body rejuvenate and regenerate everything. So you need to have a vacation to rest and rejoice because, and then the other thing is emotion management. Guys, write this down. Emotional fitness. Emotional fitness. The reason Coach Yvonne said the same thing here, you're not, and putting roof on 105 degrees every day. It's not that hard, but it's emotional, hard, and physically draining because
Yeah.
if you don't have
Well,
a
and
time to do
coach,
it,
that roofer, he goes out in the sun and he does his work and he's exhausted. But guess what? He goes home and he's not thinking about that roof. That roof,
exactly.
I was about to say that roof isn't hanging over his head. Bad example, because it is. That roof isn't there going, did you do enough with the roof? Are you going to make enough? Right? But the thing is, the agents, maybe one day they go make their calls and then they go home and they're sitting there like, am I going to get paid? Did I do enough? Am I doing the right thing? And this is really interesting. This is something that they've even talked about with, like PTSD and psychological stuff and stressors, where with some of these people that would go to like Iraq or Afghanistan and they're stationed in some little like base out in the kind of war zone, and they go there for 8 months and they never see combat, they never do anything, but they spend those 8 months so stressed and worried about what's going to happen that they develop issues. And
Exactly.
obviously, that's a more extreme example. But I'm talking about these agents that they never shut off, right? They're always worried about what's going to happen. Is a call coming? Is a text coming? Am I
Exactly.
going to get paid? And so, even though the job itself is not the most intense thing in the world, right? You're having conversations, you're doing business, but you're always running, you're always going.
So true. It's all wired up, dropping adrenaline, dropping cortisol, and that's destroying your immune system. Then you feel drained, if you no energy. So again, look, emotional fitness, you got to get mental tough, a little more focus on what's important, priorities, releasing, let go what you can control. You can't control the foundation. You can't control the condition of the house. You can't control what the president does. We can't control the economy. You can't control the season. You can only control how you react to every situation and your level of skills and your attitude, right? Your
Exactly.
reaction, your level of skills, your skill set, and your attitude. The rest you can't control, but you can control how you show up by managing your emotions. So manage your emotion. The client's going crazy, calm him down. Don't go crazy with them. So you have to be a master, everyone. I gotta say this. I can spend a whole day on this because actually I'm gonna do a product here soon, coach, where I'm going to help you guys with the energy because your energy is what determining your production. And many of you guys are so out of energy and then going the energy of scarcity, the energy of fear, and that's draining. You're exhausted. You know why most people are exhausted? Because they lack emotional control and everything is a reaction, everything is adrenaline, and everything is a pain, everything. So where are you putting your focus on? So ask yourself, write this down, where are you putting your focus on? Number one. Number two, what is the meaning you give into that focus? Because if it's a good thing, you feel good. If you give a bad meaning, you feel bad. And what are you doing about it? So when you have all this, everything the client does, you take personally. Everything happens, you take personally. You're never going to be successful in real estate. You're going to be sick. Like some of my clients, I had
Yeah,
this
yeah.
guy sick twice a month, sick because emotion, drama.
Yeah, it's draining. It's draining.
Hey,
So guys,
exhausting.
look, obviously, Coach V could talk about this topic a lot. And if you like to learn more about this and improve about this, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you follow Coach V everywhere because she puts
Yeah.
out a ton of great content, about energy, about mindset, in addition to business strategy. And we know those are so
Yeah.
intertwined. So look, the short of
Coach,
it
can
is
I
here.
tell you one more thing? Coach, one more
Sure,
thing.
go
So,
ahead.
so we talk about you need to rest, rejoice, and recharge, right? Time off, 1 day off a week, 1 day off a week, take vacation, 2 vacations per year for 14 days. The other thing is manage emotion. The other thing is keep your pipeline full. Many of you guys are so upset, tired, exhausted, going crazy because you're so nervous, you don't know where the business come from. You don't have regular appointments, and you're so deflated. You're so defeated that you kill hurting yourself emotionally. Because I'm telling you, you can be even tired, exhausted. But if I call you right now and I say, "Hey, Joanna, hey, Mary, I'm sending you two great listings right now. My best friend is selling two homes in your neighborhood. I'm gonna give it to you." Immediately, your energy goes up. So you having a pipeline full, having a lot of listings, a lot of appointments, 3 sales, like one of my clients right now, having the best month ever. Right now in New York, Coach Yvonne, when many people, many agents are calling me, nothing's happening. It's vacation. Everybody's traveling. I said, darling, go check the numbers. So look at Taylor. Best month ever in 10 years. 9 homes in contract. She just got 2 listing appointments. She just closed the home. She just sold the home only in 1 week. And she's having the best months in 10 years, and it's only mid-August. So,
Amazing.
again, what are you telling yourself? What are you focusing on? Are you resting? Are you embracing drama? Are you scrolling social media, or are you giving yourself self-care, self-love, self-respect? You're building a business that you like, a lot of business coming in, so you feel empowered, you feel strong, and you have time to rest and close the computer, right, Coach? Right, Coach? So again, it's self-management, my love. So thank you for this wonderful question. We can talk about this forever,
Yeah,
right, Coach?
exactly. So great questions today, great answers. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this. We'll be back with new ones soon. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you share this with someone that you know can get some value out of it. And we'll see you on the next one, right, Coach?
Yes, thank you. Listen, give yourself some self-respect, some love. It's getting better, but put the right structure in place with the right strategy, upgrade your mindset. Everything gets better. Everything. So thank you for being here. We'll see you next time. Go share your lights, go do your magic, and keep improving yourself. Thank you again. Thank you, Coach Yvonne. You are the best.
Bye,
Thank you.
everyone.
Bye.